Barita has decided to go back to the market and raise more money. So should you invest in this APO? I don't know. But whether you decide to invest or not, there are a few things that you will need to know about this Barita APO. What's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm Jamie. Now if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're gonna subscribe, just turn on your post notifications. I upload videos every Monday and Wednesday on investing and personal finance. And if these are topics that you like, you can just go ahead and leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel out a lot when you do. You can also connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram at JARadcliffe and also Twitter at JARadcliffe2030. The giveaway is currently in full swing, guys. So what you can do is go ahead and look out for the ticker in this video to enter. Now, if you need more information, I'm going to leave some info in the description below and also a link to the video for the giveaway. So you can go ahead and watch that to learn exactly how the giveaway will be done. Now, if you guys follow the stock market, I'm sure you would have seen that Barita is now doing an APO. To be honest, you don't even have to follow the stock market because it has been doing its rounds on social media recently. For those who don't know what an APO is, it's called an additional public offering. It's basically the same thing as an IPO or an initial public offering, except this is for companies that are already listed on the stock exchange and they want to raise more cash by coming back to the public. So the Barita APO is going to open on August 26th and close on September 16th. But do not abide all the way by these dates, guys, because if it is that the shares are sold out before the 16th of September, Barita has reserved the right to actually close the APO before. So depending on what happened, they might even close it on the same day, as some stocks have done that have come to market. They have also decided that they will be the lead broker for this APO and have selected a number of selling agents that you can go to in order to invest in the APO without going directly to Barita. If you're planning to invest in the APO, the minimum amount of shares that you can purchase is 300. Now, there's also different investor pools that you can purchase the shares through. If this is your first time buying Barita shares, or if you're a small investor, that's a small investor pool, you can purchase between 300 to 1,000 Barita shares for $49 per share. Now, if you're like me and already own Barita shares, then you are already in the general pool basically, which will be purchasing shares at $52 per. Now, when companies come to the market, they will need to tell us what exactly they're coming to the market for money for. So, seeing as it is that Barita is coming to the market for its APO, they will need to tell us exactly what they are planning to do with our money. And if you want to take a look at the prospectus, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. So you can go ahead, take a look at the prospectus and make your own decisions. When I am looking at a prospectus, there are three things that I like to look into first before I dive deep into the prospectus. First, I need to know how much money they're trying to raise. Because if a company is not trying to raise a lot of money, chances are it's going to be sold out as soon as it lists, with investors not really getting a full uptake of what they wanted to invest in. Two, I need to know what you plan to do with my money if I decide to invest in your company. And three, I want to know your dividend mandate. I need to know how it is that you plan to pay me back for being a shareholder of your company. First off, we're going to be looking at how much money Barita intends to raise with this APO. Now, Barita is saying that if it is that the APO is fully subscribed, they are going to raise 9 billion Jamaican dollars. Yeah, that's billion with a B. Now, this is a lot of money. So it seems that Barita have a whole heap of things in the pipeline to come. So right now, we're going to go through the 5 things that Barita says that they're going to do with the money they plan to raise. So now that we know how much money Barita is looking, what do they plan to do with $9 billion? Because in any event, that is a lot of money. Even if you transfer it into US, it's still a lot of money. Now, there are 5 things that Barita plan to do with this money. The first being they plan to increase their investment banking capacity. By increasing this capacity, what I think they're planning to do is to try and hit the market and try to get as much IPOs and APOs and possibly bond issues and so on. So they're trying to get more investment banking deals under their belt, which in turn is going to increase profits by a lot. And we can see where Barita is pretty serious about getting this done, because right now they have allocated $1.5 billion just to increase this underwriting capacity. The next thing they want to boost is working capital, and they have decided to put 200 million here. This is basically money that they're going to be using for the day-to-day operations of the company. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have been following Barita lately, and if you notice, Barita has been heavy on social media. Now, I know that being this heavy on social media is not free, and it's not cheap either. So they're shelling out a lot of money to increase their footprint, to increase their visibility through marketing. Now, they're going to continue doing this as well as recruiting more people, because in recent times, Barita has been recruiting a lot of high-level and mid-level persons to boost their staff complement and so on. So investing 200 million here, we can see where they plan to continue on this same path with the high-level marketing that they're doing and also recruiting more people. One of the things that Barita is planning to do from the money they raise is to start offering more products. Now, not every investor is comfortable with the same level of risks. So you want to offer products that appeal to different investors' risk appetite and so on. So Barita has decided that from this APO, they're going to invest 1.8 billion in building out new products to offer to their investors. Now, let me break it down for you people. I did a video recently on unit trusts. Now, a unit trust basically buys an asset and then you, the consumer, buys into it by purchasing units. But before you can buy into it, the unit trust need the assets, right? So Barita is basically planning to use the money from this APO to purchase the assets for its different vehicles that it plans to offer to the general public. So one thing they might do is to actually offer different funds, just like unit trusts, to the public. Granted, they have some already, so they might want to broaden what they already offer to their investors. But 1.8 billion people are no joke money. So Barita intend to come to the market good with these product offerings. Now, the last 2 things that Barita plan to invest in, I believe, show very clearly the direction that Barita intends to go moving forward. The first thing they want to do is to upgrade their banking platform. Now, Barita says that they are going to upgrade both the software and the hardware for these banking platform. And to do this upgrade, they are going to put in 1.1 billion Jamaican dollars. Now, I am not an IT expert, and I'm sure if you're going to upgrade your system, both hardware and software, I think 200 million is a good investment to upgrade your system with, because there are a lot of programs out there that you can just pretty much buy off the shelf, implement in your system, and just keep it moving. That are very good programs. So by investing 1.1 billion, I think what Barita is trying to do here is to get their platform to a world-class level, because they intend to do what JMMB did and go commercial. So I think in the future, Barita may become a commercial bank, and they want to have the system in place from now to pretty much not have to go through the teething pains that, for example, an NCB went through when they decided to change over their system to the new one that we're using right now. And I'm sure a lot of us remember, you know, when NCB changed their system, for all those who bank with NCB, everything pretty much crashed. You couldn't get your salary, you couldn't, just everything. It was pretty much haywire when NCB changed over. And I think that's why Barita is thinking of doing it now if they're going to go commercial, because currently the user base is not that big. So I don't think a hit right now that they're going to take by changing over the system will leave that much of an impact just yet. But only time will tell if Barita decides to go this route in the future. Lastly, Barita plans to expand both locally and regionally. And they have decided to dedicate 4.26 billion of this 9 billion to doing that. Now, I personally don't believe that Barita is going to be putting on any roots and hoping to grow organically over the next few years and then realize their investment how much years into the future. No, I think what they're going to do is to start acquiring different companies both here in Jamaica and in the wider Caribbean. Now, why I believe this is what they will do is because Cornerstone, which is one of the largest shareholders for Barita, acquired Barita a couple of years ago. Now, when you have someone like Cornerstone behind you that pretty much prefers to do acquisitions, then you're going to do more acquisitions as well. Plus, the CEO for Cornerstone is a deputy chairman for Barita. Based on this, I am sure they are going to choose to go mainly via acquisition to grow the company out as fast as possible. And with the new system, I'm sure they're going to incorporate everything into one seamless whole. When I checked how Barita intends to do the dividend portion of my check, what I noticed they did was to pretty much show the annual dividends that they have been paying for the past few years and say that they don't intend to stop dividend, but they are only going to pay a dividend that is deemed reasonable at the time so that they can still go ahead and acquire more company but satisfy shareholders' expectations at the same time. If you follow Barita like me, then you know that recently they actually paid out dividends of $2 and I think is 21 cents, 21.6 cents. Now, that is a lot of money to pay out in dividends one time. What I think is happening here is that Cornerstone is just taking a bit of profit, seeing as it is that the APO is going to close out before the dividend is actually paid, because dividend is slated to be paid in October and the APO is going to close in September. So these are just a few things to look at, people, if you're deciding to take a look at the Barita APO. Now, there are a lot more things to look at, such as the financial strength of the company. But for me, I tend to look at these first, because if these don't interest me, it makes no sense that I sit and read a 200-page document for an APO in a company that the very first three things that I look for is not there. As it relates to Barita though, for me, people, I plan to actually go in on the APO. Now, I have two options in regards to that. One, I can wait till the price actually drops below the APO price of $52, or if it doesn't drop below, then I go in on the APO for $52. Now, why I have those two options? Currently, I own Barita shares, and I bought those shares at $70-something for one. And if they're going to sell these shares for $52, that means I am right now down $20 per share almost. So it's best to go into the APO for me and average down my prices to see where it is that I can pretty much come out in the wash when the whole APO is over. But that is just for me, people. You need to check and see if investing in Barita is right for you. For me, I'm just pretty much between a rock and a hard place. I don't want to be left out, because if Barita decides to go the commercial route and start going a bank, then we know some more money is there to be made. But I'm already in, so I'm just gonna stay in and pretty much hold these Barita share for the long haul. And thank you for watching, guys. These are just a couple of things that I look out for when I am deciding whether I want to invest in a new IPO or an APO. And by checking these things, the dividend price, what they're planning to invest in, how much they plan to invest, I decide if I want to continue reading this prospectus or not. Now, if you like the video, people, you can go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, just go ahead and subscribe. Also, turn on your post notifications so you won't miss any of my new videos. Now, remember, I am not a licensed portfolio advisor, guys. So you see, before you make any decisions, whether you're going to invest in not only Barita, any other company that you hear me talking about, speak to your licensed portfolio advisor first. All right, so until next week, people, bye-bye.